Natalie Ferrari joins us now for a look at the tropics and your forecast.
Yeah, Fred's still actually bringing quite a bit of rain, heavy rain bands and some strong thunderstorms, gusty winds, and a flooding concern through the Appalachians and even up towards the Northeast. So the National Hurricane Center has stopped issuing advisories on Fred, but the Weather Prediction Center, which is really concerned about that flooding, is still continuing to monitor Fred. So on this overview here of the tropics, I'm starting off with Fred there to the north, just to show you those heavy rain bands still moving through a good portion of the eastern United States. Then we have Grace, then we have Henri. So let's start with the first one, which again is moving further away from Florida, continuing to bring that round of heavy rain even into portions of the Carolinas and into the Virginias, as we'll start to really see a lot of that activity dissipate though by the end of the week. National Weather Service continuing to monitor this. The National Hurricane Center just put out as of 11 o'clock tonight, the center of this system has been just moved offshore there of Jamaica, heading towards the Cayman Islands. The hurricane hunters have been investigating this tonight and see that this is a pretty strong system, a strong tropical storm with maximum sustained winds at 60 miles per hour. It is still forecast to reach hurricane strength by Wednesday, by tomorrow afternoon or evening, which is why the Yucatan is seeing both hurricane watches and warnings lighting up going into the next couple of days. The Yucatan will weaken a little bit, but then Grace is forecast to strengthen slightly back into that hurricane status in the Bay of Campeche, continuing to make its way into eastern Mexico. So that will be staying well to our south, but still that's going to be a bit of a stronger system than what we've seen the last couple of systems. And then there's Tropical Storm Henri continuing to just circle around Bermuda. This will wrap around just south of it tonight and then actually make its way back up to the north and to the northeast by the weekend and into the start of early next week, pulling away from the United States. So that is why we are not worried about anything here locally happening in the tropics or impacting us. If anything, we had that heat and that humidity. 92 degrees was our daytime high. Of course, felt the hotter than that at times. Even at 11 o'clock tonight, we're seeing some of those feels like temperatures closer to the 90s as we start to bring a little bit of those partly cloudy skies back into play. Overnight through tomorrow morning, you'll see those temperatures continue to fall into the upper 70s and lower 80s, and that heat just continues to really take over, sometimes feeling closer to the triple digits in the afternoon. We're starting to get rid of any of those showers and storms that will be hanging around through the evening hours. By late night, they are over, and I really think starting tomorrow, that southeastern flow takes back over. So anything that kind of bubbles up in our inland locations or along I-75, we'll try to push back offshore and out towards the coast by sunset. And once we lose the energy of the day, we really start to lose a lot of that activity that will bring some of those showers and storms. And we'll rinse and repeat that for Thursday and even into parts of Friday. But what's going to happen is a little bit of drier air is going to cut into parts of central Florida going into the end of the week. So while we won't entirely see a 0% chance of rain, man, oh man, going from a 60% chance to a 30% chance, that's going to really allow those showers and storms to be more isolated, more few and far between, and allow for a lot more of that sunshine and heat to take over with those mid-90s feeling like the triple digits.